Hey, you guys, welcome. Happy New Year. Sorry, I am a little bit sick. My voice is a little bit messed up, so hopefully you guys can still hear me. I did want to do a weekly bump though, because it's eclipse season. We are making our way into some really big things. And I know the Mars in Pisces the past couple months has been like really challenging in terms of like getting your motivation going. I know your minds and your dreams and your ambitions, like that stuff has been going crazy. Well, now it's time. Like this is where the rubber hits the road, right? Now it's go time. And we're kicking it off with the Mars entering Aries and the eclipses moving into eclipse season starting tomorrow. And, there's amazing things to be had. It's about setting intentions. 100% setting intentions and keeping your eyes on the prize. Okay. For those of you, quick, totally opposite, not related note. For those of you who have ordered private readings, I am so sorry. I have been so unprofessional. I sent out a mass email. Hopefully you guys got it. I'm working so hard to get caught up on late private readings. The holidays kicked my ass like so hard, and I'm super working hard. So you will get it soon, I promise. This is like the first time this has ever happened to this degree. So anyway, let's see what the cards have to say, because we just got a card, okay, that just fell out. 7 of Wands reversed. See, this is the thing is, any barriers, any boundaries, any kind of blockages are just all up here. The reality of the situation is that it is a straight shot. I know that there's relationship stuff going on. I know that there's career stuff going on. We're talking about Capricorn for the next 18 months with these eclipses, okay? Yes, Capricorn is a thing. Our home life, our families is a thing. And there will be this pull of like who we are to the outside world versus who we are on the inside world. And it's going to be a no joke kind of thing. But at the end of the day, whatever it is you want, there is nothing you can't have. The stars completely support your transformation and your change. The stars, I mean, we're all under the same influences, and it's really like the life force, really. It's just we look up at the stars to gauge, to get an idea. But the planets as souls, the planets as sentient entities are going through the same kind of transformations that we as human beings are going through as well. And up and down and down and down. And this is all the way down to like an atomic level. Like we are changing. Plain and simple, we are changing, 2018, like we're playing this game of connect the dots, We're connecting these dots. In 2018, like I think we started to see the picture kind of come together. Like, do you guys remember those connect the dots games where you like would draw the lines, Well, we kind of started to see the picture coming together. Well, 2019 is when that picture becomes truly visible, and we're like, oh, this is where we're going. This is really what it is. This is real. There's no speculation anymore, and we're headed straight into this, place of clarity. And through the next 2 years, we're going to have that clarity, and it's going to get more and more clear month after month after month after month. Rubber to the road, straight shot. Okay, what's this one? Hold on, we got 2 that want to come out. Okay, 6 of Cups. Oops. And 3 of Wands. What did I say? 3 of Wands, straight shot. It's pure prosperity if you let it. I cannot tell you how frustrating it is when I give a positive reading, especially like with Aries, and Leo and Sagittarius. All the fire signs had amazing readings for January. And I cannot tell you how sad it makes me when I get comments that are like, oh, well, I've got all this crap going on. It's like, yeah, you've got all this crap going on because that's how you perceive it. And that's how your life is just going to be, because that's how you perceive it. If you perceive the challenges to be awesome opportunities, well, then you have no problems, And the 3 of Wands is like, yeah, you've got no problems, 6 of Cups, dream big. The universe is trying to give you a gift, man. Like, let it give you the gifts. Let it take care of you. There may be a connection with the past. Eclipses always bring up these kinds of feelings and these sort of unresolved, especially because we've got a Mars, the Mars transit happening. People are feeling more agitated, more anxious. They're wanting to do stuff. So if there's a past connection that you've got going on, just you can let it be, but you don't need to go backwards. It can be in your life, fine, but you don't need to dwell. And the problem with the Six of Cups is that sometimes we get so caught up in the fantasy, and we get so caught up that, in the kind of other realm that it's, we lose sight of the moment. And Mars in Pisces was all about that dream world. Well, we're not there anymore, okay? Mars is in Aries. It's about getting stuff done. It's about the cardinal energy. It's about acting. It's about setting the goals. It's about pouncing on these ambitions that you have, okay? Because truly, the only obstacle is yourself, all right? What else? Oh, so much strength. Let me grab a sip of coffee. Hold on. There's so much strength here. There's no emotional entanglements here. This is a card that represents the Aquarian archetype. I'm so sorry, my voice, it's totally gone. But even though I always say Aquarius are so detached. No, not all Aquarius people are detached. But the Aquarian archetype is the ruler of detachment, and it is so critical, because when we begin to detach is when we begin to understand what compassion truly is. Okay? Detachment and compassion go hand in hand, and I know that sounds strange and I know that sounds bizarre to some people, but it's true. Empathic relationships is this all giving, that's not healthy. We know that, right? We need this. We need to keep our own thing going. We need to keep our eyes on our own goals and stuff. It's not about anybody else. They got to take care of themselves. There's a reason why Taurus is house number 2, right? And the first 6 houses, Aries through Virgo, are all about the self. Right? You go from this kind of idea, Aries, of being and existing, oh, I'm here. And then you go into this concept of self-reliance, which is all about Taurus and survival. Well, you have to know how to survive and to be self-reliant before you even start thinking, before you reach Gemini, before you start feeling and creating and perfecting, and well before you start connecting with other people. Libra, 7th house. All that stuff has to come first. And I think we're starting to be you know what, man, you got to take care of your own stuff, because I can't do that stuff for you. And this is a perfect time to let that stuff go, those emotional entanglements, right? Those things from the past or whatever. Let it go. It's so funny. Maybe I'm reading for myself. I don't know. I just had a whole thing. And I totally am okay, it's over. It's officially done, and I had this whole experience. I talked about it on my podcast. And it's done. So it's a new slate. Let it be a new slate, What else? Sorry, I had a hair or something. When you have a hair that tickles your arm. King of Swords. So smart though, so smart. Playing it smart, for sure. It's an analytical mind to it, an innovative mind to the whole thing. We're also getting Gemini. Look, you guys, it's not an accident that we're getting the air sign qualities, okay? Aquarius and Gemini, all being about the intellect, the creative mind. I just had a lunch with my friend the other day in Miami. He's a Gemini moon. And I said, look, there's no one, in my personal lifetime, even more so than Leo, I have never met more creative people than my Geminis, because they are just so out of the box. The way they think about stuff and the way they connect stuff, it's like, oh my God, how does your brain work like that? Well, I think that we are all kind of embodying this idea because we're opening ourselves up to what's possible. So when you open yourself up to what's possible, your mind triggers, your mind fires, and you start to like connect the dots. You know, there's a scientific element to both of these, science and technology. Like, how can we be smart about this? How can we grow this? How can we make this stuff happen? For those of you who are here because you're interested in romantic partnerships, look, like, I don't know what you got going on, but this is a great way to start the year, right? With the Lover's card, you know, with a concept of togetherness and being on the same page and being balanced, and the roles are defined, like you do this, you do that, and it's very clear, you know. It's a great way to start the year off. Something is going on with I think we are establishing a level of independence. Whenever I see the 10 of coins reversed, I see kind of a digression from like maybe family money or a big institution or some kind of concept of togetherness, and there's a separation toward independence. Right? Like you're kind of going your own way and you're starting to, again, detach. You're starting to veer off into a very strong, I mean, it's a very strong path. It's not, don't be afraid of this. Don't think this is a bad thing. This is an excellent thing. You're starting to do things a different kind of way, and it's going to serve you very, very well. Because what needs to happen is maybe you're needing to reset a little bit. Maybe there was something that happened and you kind of got a little bit ahead of yourself. And now you're like, you know, I need to kind of go back to the drawing board a little bit and really figure out what needs to be done in order to support this bigger thing. You know, because maybe the foundation wasn't as solid as you thought. You know, we're all kind of waiting for our ships to come in. You know, we've worked really hard the past couple months, Mars in Pisces, to manifest stuff, put stuff out there, to send out the signal to work on our resonance and our frequency, and we're just waiting for that stuff to really come to fruition. So this is all kind of happening like in the meantime, because the fruits of our manifestation labors are en route. Okay, they are coming. There's no doubt about it. You know, we just went through the Sun-Saturn conjunction too. When those two come together, there is kind of a restrictive quality. Sun going to be making his way conjunct Pluto too, which is 6 degrees away. Sun conjunct Pluto can be really deep. You know, it does illuminate those desires and our sexuality. And, you know, I think sexuality is going to be a real... Let's talk about sexuality. Sexuality is going to be a really important thing. It's going to be a really, a very real avenue or channel for us to discover more of ourselves. And that's really what sex is, really, when you treat it that way. It's a spiritual experience. And I think a lot of people are going to be like wanting that more deep connection over the next couple weeks, excuse me. All right, let's talk about the final 3 cards. So we get King of Coins, Cups, Knight of Cups, and the 2 of Coins. So the 2 of Coins is about balance. It is also very much about authenticity. It's very much about keeping options open, like I've been saying, and not making a lot of judgments. You know, sometimes it's really just like, let's just not pick right now. Let's not select an option. Let's just kind of see where this all goes. And there's not a huge, there's no desperation here at all. There's no like, it's got to happen right away. You know, there's no freak out stuff. I'm seeing some directionality here. It's interesting that we're getting the 2 kings, very masculine energy. I think a lot of people are tapping into the masculine energy within themselves. Mars and Aries, I don't think we can help it. You know, we just can't. We've got stuff to do. And the Knight of Cups suggests communication. And it suggests, you know, really following your heart and really owning your heart as well. Like, what do you want? You know? What do you want? What do you want to experience? What do you want to do? And And I coming too with the Lovers, even though it's like the Knight of Cups and the Lovers are kind of the same card, and they are connecting these two. So if you have a love interest, like delve into your sexuality. Open your heart. These are like Scorpio, Aquarius. My God, like if anyone needs to open their heart, it's these two, right? Like, oh my God. They have such restrictions around their heart space. And I see that all just like crumbling down. And the barriers and the walls and the blockages and all of that really softening over the next couple weeks. And that's a beautiful thing. If this is a business partnership, if this is some kind of familial connection, it's about reestablishing trust and unity. And it's about standing up for one another and like being on the same team, How great is it when people are on your team? It's such a blessing. And I think that that's kind of really where we're at. That's what we're needing anyway. So it's going to be a good week. Don't worry about the eclipses. It's such a blessing to have this because we can like release and we can set these new intentions. It's going to be amazing. So eclipse season coming in, and it's going to be good. We're going to finish out the Leo Aquarius stuff with the partial eclipse in Leo later on, and then it's going to be done. It's going to be over, and then it's all Cancer, Capricorn from this point forward until 2020. So that's it. Happy New Year, guys. Go get it. Go get it. Go make it happen. Go do what you got to do. All right? Thanks so much. Take care. Bye-bye.